like she was cooking.
I'm
not gonna go.
She bought one, but I'm paying.
Cause y'all know it's stinking here. I don't look like she was cooking to me. Tell me something, she cooking. That bitch won't cooking. She won't cooking shit. There ain't no pot. There's a pot on the floor. Like, what you cooking? Oh, that's what they was doing. Oh no, I heard he was beating her ass. And I feel like the boy did something to her and she covering for that nigga.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, this is disgusting, bruh. This is disgusting.
Look, she got new outfits and her birthday all on the floor and shit.
Look how they knocked the dick. Bruh.
This little girl when she had all wrong.
Yeah, what them shoes that they said that she had on? These the blue shoes they said that she had on when she went missing. Them bitches in the house in the drawer. And tell me that ain't enough evidence right fucking there.
Can y'all see this? This video should be a little more clear. So if y'all can see this, let me know. All of this empty apartment. Nasty beds. This kid's so-called kid's bed. Everything is on the floor. Pots on the floor. No food in the house. Trash everywhere. Holes in the wall. But it gets worse. And they said smells bad. Let's keep going.
Look how they knocked the dick. Bruh.
This little girl when she had all wrong.
Yeah, what them shoes that they said that she had on? These the blue shoes they said that she had on when she went missing. Them bitches in the house in the drawer. And tell me that ain't enough evidence right fucking there. These motherfuckers lying. They killed that little girl. That shit fucked up, bruh. She's on zoom out. Let me see. I can't zoom.
Look at that.
No, this ain't how you live. This is not how you live when you got fucking kids. Regardless if she had clothes or not, this is not how the fuck you live. This is dirty.
That is just.
Ugh. They don't look. They fighting and shit, knocking down doors. Got her baby birth certificate all on the motherfucking floor.
I gotta rewind that. I know we're live. I have to rewind this and show you guys this bed, this so-called baby bed. Look at this.
Down doors. Got her.
Look at that. How does any human being get away with living like this? You can't blame it on being poor. This is just a poor ass excuse for a parent. Look at this so-called bedroom. That is disgusting. How is it that maintenance, the apartment complex, aunties, uncles, friends, you mean to tell me people saw this and didn't say a thing about this? That is criminal just the way that they are living. That's not even living. That is man, let me play the video.
Her baby birth certificate all on the motherfucking floor.
Oh,
what is, man? They shouldn't have them tag her ass just a couple of times. Got the baby little thing on the thing. She don't give a fuck about. These apartments need to be turned the fuck down. Do everybody's apartment look like this? Or just this theirs? My apartment look like a little bit, but mine's bigger. No, for real. Let me see the refrigerator.
Here is one of the most glaring examples of a household that this kid should never have been in. Ever. Look at how empty the freezer and refrigerator is. And I want you guys to remember that 3 human beings were living in this house. Boyfriend, mama, and the baby. Nothing in this refrigerator from top to bottom. Look at this.
Freezer ain't even freezing goddamn ice.
Look at this.
In this hole.
Look, oh my goodness. Nothing in the top and nothing in the bottom.
What the fuck?
And rotted food inside of there. It's spoiled, it's molding and rotting. I'm sorry if that turns y'all stomach, but imagine what this little 2-year-old baby, Maliyah Bass, Tootie, had to go through. She had to live through this. I don't even know how she was able to live as long as she did.
No
Fucking
food.
Fucking.
No,
Look at that.
no food. Look, she got a can of
Fucking.
some
old
oat.
ass
Look at that.
gum
That shit
ground
got.
meat, bro.
That shit.
Oh my goodness.
Some
Old
oat.
ass
Look at that.
gum
That shit
ground
got.
meat, bro.
That shit got
That shit got
mold
mold
in it.
on it.
What the
Motherfucking-
fuck, bro? No food, bro.
This house up.
No, they really. They need
Nah,
to
that's why I'm
do.
trying to clean this house.
This how they
shit been
living.
like this.
This how they
And
living.
thank you for whoever else called that out. No furniture. I know Tommy talks about that a lot. Shout out to Tommy, by the way. No piece of furniture in that house except for mama's bed that she be in there screwing and having sex on with her back down, legs cocked in the air all damn day for this thug dude. And her daughter don't even have a bed. Don't say that baby bed was a bed. That ain't no bed. That's not a bed for a human being. It's not even a bed you would put your damn dog in. I wouldn't put a frog in that bed. Huh? If I had a pet lizard, I wouldn't put a pet lizard in that damn bed. Just disgusting.
This
how they fucking living.
For real, bro.
What's,
Bro, I got this girl pistol on me, bro.
that's her phone?
I'm gonna take this bill.
Nah, fuck that. We need to know what
Can't even get
what
in
it
the
say.
house. Yeah,
Baby, I feel you. I'm crying for you. I hit you hard.
hard.
I hit me hard. I promise.
And they had the cell phone text messages right there too. Man, look, if y'all are ready to get into this story, for the people who are just now getting here, welcome to the AFC where we advocate for children first. Ladies and gentlemen, Houston, Texas takes another L. Another L, or is it an L? I don't know. Whichever way you're looking at the screen. It's either one of these two. But nonetheless, Texas, my state, takes another L for this because of the fact that we had a suspicion that the mom and boyfriend were lying. Their stories didn't make any sense. The house didn't make any, the so-called living arrangement didn't make any sense. Their stories didn't make any sense about how this baby ended up where she was, left her outside. You went to go cook, but you have no food in the house. The boyfriend is sitting here crying, talking about he taught her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and all this other stupid stuff, right? It's absolutely sad. Months after 2-year-old Maliyah Bass, 2-year-old Maliyah Bass was found dead in Brays Bayou, police have arrested and charged her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Let me show you guys their mugshot picture if you did not see it on the title screen. I'm gonna show you guys something. I want to see if you guys have a problem with that picture right there. Let me go to both of their photos. Let me see if I can get them both up here. Let's see, which one was it? This picture. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this picture and tell me what is wrong with this picture. Huh? Does anybody see a problem with this mugshot of this mother who lost her child supposedly to a kidnapper and boyfriend who supposedly didn't know anything about this? Does anybody see anything wrong with this? If people want to blame this on me and say that I was being too hard on the mom and I said that her hair looked crazy with that damn bag that she had on her head, now she took the bag off of her head and now she's looking like this. And then for the people who said that I was wrong about talking about people with neck tattoos, and I said that people with neck and face tattoos are something's wrong with them, they're just a little bit off. It don't mean all, but it's just too many of them that have issues. But it's so funny how every single time they're involved in some bullshit like this. You can email me and tell me I'm wrong all day. You can email me and tell me how I'm a coon, I love the white man, and you can tell me how I'm selling out my own people all damn day. But one thing that people have not been able to tell me that I'm wrong for is the fact that these people continue to put these children in harm's way by making horrible sexual choices. These mothers are literally willing to give up their babies to give up their children for some thug dick. They're selling their children out for thug dick. You know what we call that in the AFC? Hashtag hood hoes love hood dick. Hashtag hood hoes love hood dick. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag live by the thug and die by the thug. Y'all can use my hashtags. Just always give me credit for it. Give the AFC credit for our hashtags. Why was the mom smiling in the midst of her daughter being dead? What reason would you have to smile? You know what I think she wants? I think she wants people to say that she's crazy, because that woman has plenty enough sense to know that the boyfriend is probably going to get a capital murder charge, life in prison, and the mom is probably going to get out and they're going to say that she's mentally incompetent. They're going to say that she has a mental illness. And I'll tell you guys this. For people who believe that mental illness is an excuse for dead children, then I'm going to tell you guys this. You're wrong and you need to stop saying it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if somebody is mentally incompetent to raise a child properly without hurting them or harming them and cannot be a productive parent, then they should not be allowed to have custody of these children. Hello? I could give a damn about your mental illness. If you present a danger to your kids, then you should not be a parent. Why would anybody disagree with me on that? I really don't understand. What's the problem with what I just said? But let's keep going. Maliyah was initially at the center of an Amber Alert that the whole world heard about after her mother, who's smiling and laughing and shit like this shit is funny, after her mother said that she left right there at that park, left her toddler daughter alone at the playground outside of their apartment for a couple of minutes while she cooked breakfast the morning of August the 22nd. Yes, DJ Just Jay, you have a question? Yes, here's my question. What kind of a human being would take a 24-month-old baby that just learned how to walk and probably just learned how to talk and leave them outside unattended for any amount of time at all? Do some of you parents do that? Y'all take y'all kids outside to the park and just leave them outside at 24 months old? Maybe somebody needs to testify in the chat right about now if somebody is actually dumb enough and believes that is a proper course of behavior. You leave a baby outside and claim that this baby was kidnapped. But let's keep going. And you claim that you were cooking. We didn't see no food in the house. We saw pots on the floor. I don't know what the hell you was cooking. But the Houston police have announced that they have arrested the mother, Sahara Irvin. And matter of fact, I don't know if I have some of these pictures right or incorrect. Let me remove some of these pictures. For some reason, I feel like some of these pictures might not be correct. I'm sorry, but I was putting a lot of stories together and I might have some of these pictures incorrect. So I apologize to the family if some of these are wrong. So I'll try to just put up the ones I know are correct. Some of these other ones I'm not real sure about. Like this one. It looks like her, but I know people get mad about that stuff, so I don't really want to take a chance. They have arrested this woman whose name is Sahara Irvin, E-R-V-I-N. She is 20 years old. And her boyfriend, this idiot, his name is Travion Thompson, who's 21 years old. Don't tell me that they're young. They're grown. They're way past grown. right? Either you're grown or you're not grown. They are adults. They are grown. They are parents. They were arrested for their alleged roles in the girl's death, and they are charged with injury to a child and tampering with evidence, according to the Houston police. Let me also segue and let me say this real quick. For anybody who is listening to my channel right now, who is here to only hear the news and hear the update without my commentary, then I'm sorry, you have come to the wrong place. Last time I checked, this ain't a news station. I am not a newscaster. I am a DJ who has an opinion about people hurting and abusing children. That is what the majority of the people who are in the chat are here for, is to hear my commentary and my thoughts and my plan of action as to what should happen to the people who hurt these kids. So if you want to go hear the news, then go to the news, Google search the story, and exit my channel. I think that's pretty easy to do. For everybody else, let's keep going. The 2-year-old's biological father, let me see if I can get his face up on the screen, because I'm going to show y'all his interview. The man who was the biological father is this young man right here. He lives in Dallas, and he said he got a call from the detectives the day when he got off of work. He asked, "Do you have a daughter?" Octavius Bass is the father's name, and he recalled, I was like, "No," and they were like, "She's been missing." Oh, he said, "Do you have your daughter?" Let me reread that. That didn't even sound right. Let me reread that. I misread that. The police called him and asked, "Do you have your daughter?" And Octavius Bass recalled, and he was like, "No, I don't have my daughter." And they were like, "She's been missing since 7 a.m. this morning." In my mind, I was wondering, what is a child doing outside at 7 o'clock in the morning? Bass said he never imagined the 2-year-old would be found dead. He said, "When I found out, all I could do was break down and really cry, because it hurt my heart, because I only really got to see her one time." That's the biological father, Octavius Bass. This girl is 24 months old, and the father admitted that the mom only allowed him to see his daughter one time. But she laid down with this man. She allowed him to place his seed with her. And then you take that man's seed and run with the kid into the arms of a murderous thug. Into this nasty apartment, and I can guarantee you that thug didn't have a job. That thug didn't have no productive life. I can guarantee you this: that thug is not a competent parent. Matter of fact, let me ask if we have any ladies listening right now. I just have a question of opinion. Do women really believe that just because a man is able to sexually please you, that because you get pleasure out of this man, you enjoy this man, you enjoy the benefits that he gives you, you having a good ass time? What about any of that qualifies this man to be around your children, your kids, who cannot speak for themselves nor defend themselves against the tyranny of their caretakers? What qualifies these boyfriends to be a good babysitter? I'm just curious, and I'm just asking. I'm not sure if that's the right picture either. I don't know why I got so many of these pictures up here. Let me try this again. I'm going to try to swap some of these pictures out. If you guys are listening, please make sure you guys click that thumbs up, share the stream, let other people know that we're live. Let me pull a couple more of these pictures that I'm not real sure about where they came from. I'm not sure if that's her, and I don't really want to take a chance in leaving those particular pictures up if I'm not sure. Thought I took them all. Okay. Hopefully these should be the right pictures. What qualifies these men to be babysitters and caretakers for these kids just because these women like to sleep with them. I just don't get it. So there is no bar. There is no standard for a man to watch your precious children. You say you love them so much, right? But you have no standard for what this new man comes in that has to prove that he has to be in order to watch your kid. But for the man who helped create that kid, he has to jump through hurdles. He has to jump through hoops. He has to sit there and run halfway across the freaking world. And he also has to fight for custody, pay for lawyer fees, child support, insurance for a kid that he can't even see. How much sense does that make? Is anybody hearing the sound of my voice right now? Maybe I'm just saying something that don't make any sense. Maybe what I'm saying is stupid. Maybe everybody in the chat believes what I'm saying is wrong. If you do believe it's wrong, you can say it in the chat if I'm wrong and if I'm crazy. I don't mind. Bass said that the last time he saw Maliyah was in 2019 when he had her in Dallas for about a month. Bass said he recalled Maliyah's maternal grandmother the day before the girl was reported missing, asking if he could bring her back to Dallas to spend some time with him. After hearing the story given to the police about the child being left alone on the playground, he's asking why. They said that she walked in the house for 5 minutes to cook breakfast and she came out and she was gone, Bass said. It doesn't matter if it was 5 minutes, whether it were 2 minutes or a single minute. Why would you do that? And I 100% agree with the father. But let me give you guys the fair usage and let me show you guys these news clips. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And then what's sad about this is I can guarantee you guys, if this mother would have just left this kid in the hands of the father, this little girl might be alive and perfectly fine. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Let's get it.
But first, some big breaking news in the Maliyah Bass case. Police have arrested Maliyah's mother and her mother's boyfriend in connection to her death. Sahara Irvin and Travion Thompson are in custody and charged with injury to a child and tampering with evidence. The 2-year-old disappeared from the Sunset Crossing apartments in Southwest Houston back in August before she was found dead a day later in Brays Bayou. Of course, this is a rapidly developing story, and we will bring you any updates just as soon as they come in.
Now, a father is asking what happened to his little girl. Maliyah Bass was found in a bayou more than a week ago now. Her father wants the person responsible to come forward. Here's Janelle Fort with the story.
Xavier, most of us can't even fathom this father's heartbreak. As of right now, the medical examiner has not ruled a cause of death for little Maliyah, but Houston police did tell us that they're approaching this case.
I'm sorry for pausing the video. We got 800 people here. Can we get more people to click that thumbs up? If we could just get a couple hundred people to just click the thumbs up. I know some of you guys just got here. And Jimmy D, I agree. He said she don't seem like the cooking breakfast type. I agree. I'm sorry, but if y'all listen to that woman talk, she sounds slower than a bottle of molasses sitting in some snow in -degree temperature weather. I'm sorry, but she just don't seem all there. But please make sure you guys click that thumbs up.
Father's heartbreak. As of right now, the medical examiner has not ruled a cause of death for little Maliyah, but Houston police did tell us that they're approaching this case as murder. Baby girl was last seen August 22nd. Maliyah's mother and her boyfriend say she was at their apartment complex's playground when mom stepped inside for a few minutes. That's when they claim Maliyah disappeared. Authorities found her body in Brays Bayou nearly 20 miles away a little over a week ago. We've been in close contact with EquiSearch, and they tell us they believe they're getting close to knowing what happened to the 2-year-old. They're now searching for 2 key pieces of evidence. In the meantime, Maliyah's dad, who lives in Dallas, says he just wants one thing for his little girl.
I just want justice. I just want to put her to rest and justice for her.
Maliyah's funeral is planned for tomorrow at noon in Dallas. Back to you.
Janelle Fort reporting this morning. Just a tough story. Thank you.
And tonight we are asking the question, what happened to a little girl named Maliyah Bass? The 2-year-old's body was found in a bayou nearly 20 miles from her home more than a week ago.
Tonight, Maliyah's father is telling us he wants justice for his daughter. Here's Grace White.
Reminders of a little girl outside the Southwest Houston apartment she called home.
I really never got to be like a dad and tell her how life was and be a real father figure to her.
The father of 2-year-old Maliyah Bass wants to know how she ended up dead in Brays Bayou.
I want the person who did it to come forward.
Octavius Bass lives in Dallas, where he brought his daughter's remains.
I wanted to bring her down here and try to have something, a nice funeral for her.
Back home in Houston, Maliyah's mother's boyfriend has been critical of the investigation.
Y'all supposed to have 4 or 5 dogs looking for my baby.
He and the mother say Maliyah was at their apartment complex's playground when the mother stepped inside for a few minutes. That's when they claim Maliyah disappeared.
I believe that they're probably close to knowing what happened.
Tim Miller with Texas EquiSearch says his volunteers were looking up and down the bayou for 2 pieces of key evidence, her toy bag and her clothes. They didn't find them, but they did spot a surveillance camera that showed investigators how high the water got from recent rain. And Miller says there's something else they're keeping an eye on.
There's an area that's being protected right now as we speak, in case we need to go to that area and look for some other evidence.
While this father waits for answers, he says he just wants one thing for his daughter.
I just want justice. I just want to put her to rest and justice for her.
Maliyah's funeral is planned for Friday at noon in Dallas. The medical examiner has still not ruled on her cause of death, but Houston police tell us they're approaching the case as a murder. Lynn and Mia.
So very tragic. Grace, thank you for the update. We'll stay on top of the investigation. Let you know when we find out the cause of Maliyah's death and keep you updated on any arrests made in the case.
I want to give a shout out to the father, Octavius Bass. I don't really know what he does for a living. I don't know how he lives his life, but I will say this. I was pleased to hear that he understands and at least said that there's nothing these babies can do for you to get that upset and for you to physically abuse them. There is nothing. There is no reason. You give a child love. You give a child respect. You give a child everything and love them as much as you can. You pour nothing but love into that child, and you should be able to get love right back. And I'm glad that that young father understands that. He's short one child now, but he is still a father. He still does have his son, and he still has an opportunity to make sure that his son grows up and becomes something great. This baby Maliyah Bass was robbed because this young man decided to sleep with a woman that was not a good candidate to give your seed to. And that's just the honest truth. She's not a good person. She's not a smart person. She's not a hard worker. She's literally nothing. She's nothing. She don't even look good. And that's the problem with the fact that a lot of us men, we tend to just randomly sleep with these women and just be so irresponsible with our seed, and we absolutely have to do better. This is not a good person. That's not a good person. That's not an attractive person. That is an idiot. Don't blame it on, oh, she got mental issues. Don't blame it on none of that. Because if you're not going to give him that excuse, don't give that woman excuse. Hashtag TTO, hashtag TTT. Take away their ability to be able to procreate. Snip them and cut them. They don't need to ever be able to procreate in this life ever again. They don't even need the organs. They need to suffer what they did, and I don't think that they need jail time because they got another court date coming up here, I believe at the end of this month. But if you ask me, that boyfriend and that mother don't need jail. Some of y'all know what I'm getting ready to say. Some of y'all know where I'm getting ready to go. Don't give them jail time. Give them hell time. Don't send them to jail. Send them straight to hell. Because both of those bastards know what happened to that kid and they lied and covered it up. And to me, that means that Satan has a special place in hell for you two assholes. And I can't wait till you get there. And I wish that process could be a little more expedient, especially the fact that in Texas, we have this thing called super aggravated child abuse laws. And I think that they need to impose the hell out of that when you are found to be guilty in the court of law. And I hope they have enough facts and enough evidence to prove what they did to this baby was murder. That baby is beautiful. That baby deserved a chance. She was a princess that was trapped in a prison. Maliyah Bass is a princess trapped in a prison of her caretakers. She cannot speak for herself and she cannot defend herself against the tyranny of her own mother and mama's bad choice for a boyfriend. We have to take a stand in America and start putting our foot on the necks of these criminals and have no mercy against those who are proven guilty, especially when we have the evidence to prove that these callous bastards are guilty. May their souls rest in hell and rest in piss. To that little beautiful girl that they murdered, Maliyah Bass, I really wish we could have seen this baby grow up and become something great. Young princess, the second Maliyah in Texas, out of Houston, Texas. Justice for Maliyah. R.I.P. young princess. R.I.P. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the AFC podcast where we advocate for children first. This is our priorities. Please make sure you guys vote.